Yes, thank you. So guys, let's continue from the last session, guys. So in the last session, we have just started with some basic concepts of Python, and we have been started with some a little bit what I can say is, so a little bit the implementation of the Python I have been got started with them, guys. Very clearly I have been got discussed about what are the different types of data types with Python uses. You need not to declare them, but Python chooses the data types. We really don't require the data types, but Python is going to choose as the data type actually, guys. Okay, so that is going to be that is going to be the basically how we are going to be gets working with them. So it is going to be what I can just verify that kind of an application. So that what exactly we can do it actually. So we have been chosen about the data types. So what are the different types of data types I have been got chosen? So it is going to be integer, and it is going to be nothing but it's a float, and it is going to be nothing but it's a string, and we have been seen about something called as an bool. So we have been studied normally in other languages also. So it is going to be in other languages also, we can work in the same way actually, guys. Yeah, just please be online, guys. Just give me a minute. Right, guys. So apart from that, what is the next topic we have been got discussed here is, that is going to be nothing but the sequences actually, guys. So this is going to be, we have been started with the last class with the sequences. Sequences are going to be nothing but, we can say them something like it is going to be a kind of a collection of some kind of a values, or a collection of values is nothing but what we can call it as a sequence. So we have started with the first object. We have been got started with the first object, which is going to be nothing but we have been started with a list. So what is a list? We have been got discussed about them. The list is going to be nothing but what we can say that it is a collection of, which is going to be heterogeneous values. Collection of not homogeneous, it is going to be heterogeneous data actually, guys. Yeah, I think guys, I think you can hear me. Somebody is raising a question saying no audio. Yeah, it's Romit. Right, guys. So that is what we have been got discussed. Once again, it is going to be the heterogeneous data actually, guys. It is going to be heterogeneous data. So they can be of different types of data. It need not to be of the same type of data type. So it is going to be the same. It's not need not to be of the same type of data type actually. Right. So that is the one of the things what we have been got discussed. Like yesterday, we have been got discussed about something what we can call it as indexing, and we have been seen about the slicing actually. So what is indexing and what is going to be slicing, we have been seen. So indexing is a process where we are going to we'll try to extract only one single element from that particular list, whereas the slicing is going to be nothing but we try to get a set of elements from the list actually. We'll try to get some set of elements actually. So I told you, it's like an slice is nothing but a piece. So we are taking a piece from that particular list actually. So further, yesterday we have been discussed. So if anybody guys who has been got missed yesterday's class, so it may be it's maybe something like if anybody has been, if you have been joined for the today's class, if anybody is there, guys, today is your first class. Anyone is there? Please let me know.
Yeah, Vamsi, I'm there. Om
Yeah,
Bhati.
Om Bhati. Yeah. Anyone? Any others? Okay. So guys who has been joined for the today's class, you don't worry about them because it's not happened. We didn't happen any too much about that particular one. So we have been not discussed about too much about them. It is going to be the basically the idea here is just we started with some basic introduction part. So not that much it has been got done. So I think so. You don't have any that much issue like you don't find that much issue learning these particular concepts actually. It's only the basics has been got completed. So really you don't need to worry about them actually, guys. Just give me a minute once. Just give me a minute once, guys. Yeah. So coming to this application actually, guys. So coming to this particular application, so what we can see here is so we have been got discussed about something like can what I can say is about a list object we have been got discussed slicing and the indexing concept actually. So how do you do the slicing? We have been got discussed. How do you do the slicing? We have been got discussed about them. So coming to the slicing, what we can observe here is I told you where you have to start and where we have to end. That is what we have to discuss about them. So I specified that which is going to be starting and colon which is going to be stopping and what is the step we have to do that actually. So yesterday we have been studied about them. So just anybody guys who has been that means who has been having any confusion, that means who has been joined only for the today's class. So there will be some kind of there is going to be some kind of maybe because you may be having some missing in the concepts, you may be finding a little bit difficulty. If you're already having the idea about the Python, so you don't have any issue with this actually, yes. You don't need not to be having an issue with that if you're already having the idea. So the case, if you do not have the idea, then it may be some kind of it's maybe some kind of an issue may be there if you don't have the idea. But no worries, we can simply we can handle this kind of an applications actually, guys. So later, that means later you can just take some time and you can understand it. So basically I have been discussed about how we have to work with. So how we have to work with this, what we can talk about them actually, guys. Like it is going to be something like what we can understand here is, which is going to be something like what we can say is that I told you about some basically the idea about the indexes actually. So how the indexes are going to be formed. So which is going to be starting from the left to right and starting from which is going to be right to left. Starting from right to left and starting from left to right, how that particular indexes are going to be doing this actually. So that is going to be something like what we can do here is, which is going to be the indexes I told you 0 to, which is going to be n minus 1 actually, guys. It is going to be something like n 0 to n minus 1. And whenever it is going to be in the right to left, it is going to be minus 1 to, which is going to be, it is minus n actually. And I told you about that. How do you find it off actually, guys? How do you find it off actually? So for that, I have to discuss about some of the basic things is, which is going to be something like, what we can see here is. So this is going to be basically what we have been got done. We have been seen about them. So this is going to be something like, I told you about the technique actually, guys. That is going to be nothing but what we can say is, if you know the positive index, finding the negative index is very easy. How to find the negative index? If you know the positive index minus whatever the length of that particular list actually, guys. So whatever the positive index is there, subtract that particular total length. You are going to be getting some kind of an, what we can see this, which is going to be what we can see is, which is going to be something like n, the negative index is going to comes. If you know the negative index, then what you do is you have to add the length of that particular list. You are going to get the positive index actually. So simple, a mathematical trick to understand them actually, guys. It's a kind of a mathematical trick. To understand them, it's going to be kind of a mathematical trick, what we can understand it actually, guys. That is the basically how we are going to be gets working with this kind of an application actually. So I told you about starting and stopping. So once again, a quick understanding actually, guys. Let me open the idle. Let me open that particular idle once again. So for a couple of days, we are going to be gets working with the idle actually, guys. For a couple of days, we are going to be gets working with the idle actually. So x is equals to, I told you better to take a sequence of numbers, so that you can understand it easily. Once you understand the concept and once if you want to practice, then you can go for that kind of an applications. So this is going to be what we can say. about this kind of an application actually, guys. Like we can say that. Now have a look at this. If I want to get the 50, so I can easily say that which is going to be 50 is going to be nothing but fifth element. So I can say that which is going to be x of 4. We are going to be getting actually. Yesterday I told you the trick. From the 50, I want to get 4 elements. So I said which is going to be x of 4 is to 8 actually. Which is going to be x of 4 is to 8. What we can say that actually 4 is to 8. So we are going to be getting 4 elements. Total I know the 10 elements. So I told you the trick actually is 4 minus 10, which is going to be minus 6. Right. 8 minus 10, which is going to be minus 2. You can write like this also. Same result will be coming. You can write x of 4 is to minus 2. That means start from the fifth element and go up to the last element, except the last 2 elements remaining we have to do it actually. That is a way which we are going to be doing this actually, guys. So however you handle it, you can handle it the application. Minus 6. Starting from the right hand side, take the sixth element. From here, go to the eighth element actually, which is going to be the same result. So however you handle, see, I'm not doing anything. I know that there are 10 elements are there. So 4 minus 10, minus 6. Minus 6 plus 10, which is going to be 4. 8 minus 10, which is minus 2. Minus 2 plus 10, which is going to be plus 8 actually. So however you can handle, we can handle this application actually, guys. Okay. So that is going to be basically the understanding about this, what we can talk about this application actually, guys. So that is going to be the basically how we can understand these particular things, and we can go for this. So that is basically the idea about the slicing the data actually. This is already we have been seen in the studies class, guys. Now the thing is, now the actual thing is going to be nothing but, guys. Now the actual thing is going to be nothing but what we can say is. So what we can say here is, which is going to be nothing but what we can say here is, I want to take a step. Yesterday we didn't discuss about the concept of step actually, guys. What do you mean to say step actually? So normally in our school days, we used to study that. Like when you are doing some additions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we used to write a number scale. So they used to teach like this actually, guys. For example, 5 plus 2, how much? So we are going to take, so from the 5, you have to start from here, take 2 steps, first step, then second step. So you have to reach the 7 actually. So to reach the 7, you have been taken 2 steps actually. So that is a way how the people can understand that, the child can understand it actually. If I want to take 2 steps, so how many steps? If I want to take minus 2, what is going to be minus 2 actually, guys? Minus 2 means it is going to be in the reverse order you have to take, which is going to be the 2 steps backward we have to take it actually. So we have to take a forward and a backward steps we have to take. And based on that, we have to study this kind of. So like that, here also the step represents the same thing actually, guys. So we are saying that start from, let us say that, for example, you are starting from, let us say that I'm starting from, let us say that the second element, let us say that. Starting from the second element, and I said that go up to the eighth element. So it is going to be like, let us say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. Totally 6 elements will come. So how many steps it is taking actually, guys? 2, take a step of 1, 3, take a step of 1, 4, it take a step of 4, 1, 5th. Like that, it is taking 1 step forward, and it is going to be reading the, then it is going to be reading the data actually, guys. So then it is going to be reading the data actually. So it is extracting the elements actually. Now the thing here is, which is going to be nothing but what we can understand here is, this is what exactly we can see with an application actually, guys. This is going to be the basically the way which we can see with an application actually, guys. How it is going to be gets done. How it is going to be gets done actually, guys. So basically to understand this, so I want to take a step of 1, or I want to take a step of 2, or I want to take a step of 3, something like that. What we can do it actually, guys, like that we have to take some steps actually. So how many steps we want to take, which is going to be 2 is to 8 is to, let us say 2 actually, guys. So first one is going to be nothing but it's a starting. The second one is going to be nothing but the stop, where you want to stop, and how much step you want to take it actually, guys. How much step you want to take it actually, guys. It is going to be indirectly nothing but you can see this kind of an application actually. It is going to be this kind of an applications, what we can see this actually, guys. So 2 is to, which is going to be 8 is to 2. So start from the second element, and what we are going to do is you have to take a step of 2, and we have to reach that particular 8th element actually, guys. That is what we are going to be talking about that. So that is going to be what we are going to talk about that. So what we have to do, start from the second, take a step of 2 actually, guys. So step of 2 means 50. Step of 2 means 70. So output is going to be nothing but 30, 50 and 70. It does not include the 80 because we want to take a step of 2. So we have to go to 90. But you have been asked only up to 8th element only. So if you can see that 30, 50 and 70 is going to be the result actually, guys. So where you want to start and where you want to end. That is basically we have to go for the application actually, guys. That is basically the way which we are going to be going for. So that is basically the idea behind them. 30, 50, 70 is going to be the whatever we have to go for. Anywhere actually, guys. X of. Yesterday we have been discussed about that. Colon 2. So what do you mean to say colon 2? I told you about that. If you don't specify the first starting parameter, by default it starts with 0. Actually, start, stop, and step. But we have been specified the starting, but we didn't specify the step. So which is going to be nothing but what it is going to do is, which is going to be takes it as an starting from the beginning and go up to the last. Go up to the last and take a step of 2. So it is going to be 10, it is 30, it is 50, it is 70, and it is going to be 90. Like that, that is going to be gets working actually, guys. X of is to 2, which is going to be taking a step of 2, it is going to be taking it actually, guys. Like that, you can just take out whatever the steps you require, and that is going to be what we are going to be gets doing this actually, guys. That is basically what we are going to be doing this actually, guys. Okay. So this is going to be what exactly we can do as of this particular application, guys. So take a step of 2 actually. So whether it is a step of 2 or whether it is a step of 3, so which is going to be nothing but like this actually, guys. Step of 3 actually, guys. So we can just go for a step of 3, which is going to be 10, 40, 70, and which is going to be nothing but what we can see within applications actually. Okay. So that is basically, that is going to be the basically how we are going to be gets working with this kind of an application actually, guys. Okay. So how many, where you want to start and where you want to stop. So how much you want to take a step. So that is going to be what we are going to be doing this actually, guys. Like this, we can do the application. So 10, you can take a step of 3 actually, guys. If you take a step of 3, it goes to 40. Take a step of 3, which is going to goes to 70. Take a step of 3, which is going to be goes to 100 actually, guys. Okay. So like this, just whatever we are going to be working with this kind of an application. So 10, 40, 70, 100, that is going to be what we can do it actually. Now there is one advantage is there, guys. There is one advantage is there. The advantage is normally we are reading all the element from left to right only. Index we are specifying from left to right, and we are going to be index is specifying from right to left. But the main trick here is how to read it from right to left actually, guys. That means, let us say that you know how to, for example, 50, 60, 70, and we have 80, and we have 90, and we have 100 is there. Let us say that you want to read the last 4 elements actually. So there are multiple tricks are there. How do you do it actually, guys? X of, I want to read from, which is going to be last 4 elements. -4, sorry. It is going to be -4 is 2. So you know that it is going to read all that particular. This is going to be what we are going to be doing, which is 70, 80, 90, 100 actually. Okay. So that is going to be, so this is going to be, this is going to be what we can do is the way what we can read it. But my trick here is, I want to read the elements in the reverse order. So -4 is 2 means, you know that outcome is going to be 70, 80, 90, and 100 is going to be the output actually, guys. But the thing is, the data is going to be coming in the reverse order actually, guys. So these are going to be coming in the reverse order, what we are going to be doing this actually. Okay. So these are going to be the what we can do with an applications actually. So when you want to read it in the reverse order, observe carefully, guys. When you want to take a step of 1, observe carefully. When you want to take a step of 1, as you know that starting position must be before the ending position, the stopping position, or you can say that this index must be less than this index. This index must be less than this index, or the starting index must be on the left hand side, and this is going to be nothing but what we are going to be do it on the right hand side actually. Okay, so this is going to be so whenever we are taking a step of 1, so obviously you're taking a step of 1 actually, guys. So starting position must be on the left hand side, ending position must be on the right hand side. If you want to read it in the reverse order, actually, guys, for example, if you want to read it in the reverse order, so what we can do here is, which is going to be nothing but the starting position is here, your ending position must be left hand side. So starting position must be on the right hand side, your ending position must be on the left hand side, isn't it, guys? So if you want to read it in reverse order, you have to start from here to here, actually, guys. So how we are going to be reading, actually, guys? So simply x of where you want to start, -1. You know, it is -1, actually, guys, -1, and up to where you want to read. So obviously we know that, you know the trick, actually, 4 elements. I told you the option, actually, guys. From starting from the third element, if you want to read 4 elements, it is going to be 3:7. 3:7. Same trick we can apply them, actually, guys. Starting from -1, in the Euler case, it is 3 plus 4. In the Euler case, it is 3 plus 4, which is going to be 7. Now it is going to be -1 -4, actually, guys, which is going to be nothing but -5. Don't study the numbers, actually. Just simply I can say that it is going to be -1:-5, actually. What do you mean to say -1:-5? Because you are reading in the reverse order, actually. And you have to take a step of -1, actually, guys. It all comes with a practice. It is going to comes all with a practice, actually, guys. All comes with a practice, actually. So based on that particular practice only, we have to work with them. So look at this one, x of. Actually, guys, this Python is going to be something like a self-learning. If somebody teaches you the Python, that is not that much comfortable to learn. But if you learn by yourself, you can easily learn, because the tricks and all these things, we can understand it, actually. I want to get the last 4 elements, actually, guys. How to get the last 4 elements? -4 is to, no need to write the ending position. You are going to get the last 4 elements, but I want to read it in reverse order, 100, 90, 80, 70. In that case, you cannot do like this, actually, guys. Like, for example, 3:7. 3:7 means this is going to be the third index. Total 4 elements will get 40, 50, 60, 70, guys. Normally, you are going to get the elements like this, 40, 50, 60, 70. By default, it is a step of 1, actually, guys. By default, you write it or don't write it. By default, it will take a step of 1. But whenever we go for a step of 2, actually, guys, whenever we go for a step of -1, x of, I said 3:7:2, for example, -1, actually, guys. Observe carefully. You are asking to start with the third index. You are going to be asked to start with the, which is going to be start with this particular, we have been asked to start with this particular one, like, which is going to be what we can do with this an application. Okay. And after that, what we have been got done here is, which is going to be something like what we can observe, which we can see that, like, you're starting with the 3, but you're asking to move towards the 7, but by taking a step of negative step. But how can you move from 3 to 7 by taking a negative step? From 3 to 7, if you want to go, so we have to go for something like what we can say is, we have to go through something, what we can say is, which is going to be like a positive step. We have to take it, actually, guys. Now, in this case, we don't get any error, but you are going to get an empty list. We are going to get like this, actually, guys. We are going to get an empty list, what we are going to be getting, actually, guys. These are the empty list, what we are going to be doing this, actually. Okay. So like this, based on your requirement, where you want to start and where you want to end, that is basically the how we are going to be gets working with them, guys. That is basically the target behind how we are going to be gets working with this kind of an applications. So if you can observe carefully, it is a negative step, actually. So if you want to do it if you want to read it in the reverse order, x of, you have to start from the reverse order, actually, guys. You have to read it in the reverse order. So which position it is going to be? Actually, you're asked up to 7. So same procedure. 7 means before 7, it will stop. It is going to be before 7. So it is going to be here only. It is going to stop it, actually, guys. Isn't it? So now what I'm going to do is read it in the reverse order, actually, guys. It has to be nothing but 6. Because we are asked for 6, including the 6 we said for. Now I'm going to say that which is going to be the 6 what we can do with an application, actually. It is going to be nothing but what we can say is, which is going to be the 6. I want to start with the 6. How many elements you want to read it, actually, guys? How many elements you want to read it, actually? So while you want to read, I want to read the 4 elements. So 6 minus 4, which is going to be nothing but reverse order. In the earlier case, it is 6 plus 4. Now you want to read in reverse order, 6 minus 4. I want to read 4 elements actually, guys, with a step of -1. So this is going to be, sorry, with a step of -1 actually, guys. Now same elements, we can see it in the reverse order actually. 70, 60, 50, and which is going to be nothing but 40. I read it in reverse order actually, guys. If you want to read this in reverse order, you have to start like this actually. X of where you want to start, -1. Where you want to end, which is going to be, I want to read 5 elements actually, guys. -1, -4, which is going to be -5, right? With a step of -1, guys. It only comes with a practice. As I'm saying that, it only just comes with a practice actually, guys. It completely comes with a practice, and we have to work with this kind of an application actually, guys. So that is going to be the basically the working. That means basically whatever we want to work, which we can see with an application actually. That is going to be the basically the idea behind this kind of a technique actually, guys. Right, guys? So basically this is how we are going to be gets working with them actually, guys. So where you want to start, where you want to end. If starting is on left hand side, ending is on the right hand side, you have to take a step of 1. If starting is on right hand side and the end is going to be on the left hand side, then it is going to be nothing but step of -1. You can take as much you can take it actually, guys. For example, in this case, whenever we go for a positive index actually, guys, when you are providing a positive index, I told you, if I don't specify the starting and ending, starting is going to be is a beginning, that is 0, and ending is going to be nothing but it's a last. If I don't specify the starting and ending, same as it is whenever we said -2 actually, guys, or whenever I said -2 actually. Now I didn't specify the starting, I didn't specify the ending. So automatically what it is going to do, guys, it is going to be comes from the right hand side. That means start from the last index and then goes towards the first index actually, 0 index. Start from the last index and goes towards the first index actually, guys. Like this, it is going to be goes a kind of an application actually, guys. So this is the basically the how we are going to be gets working with this kind of an applications actually, guys. This is going to be the basically how we are going to be working with this kind of an applications actually, guys. You can see whatever that particular ideas about this particular concept. That is going to be the basically the idea about that particular concept is going to be this one actually, guys. Right? So that is basically the understanding about them, guys, and which we can see about this particular concept about this. Right? So that's it actually, guys. So now what will happen actually, guys? It will come in the reverse order. So X is going to be this one, guys. X is to -1. Very clearly, it just reads that particular data in the reverse order, guys. Just it is going to be reading the data completely in the reverse order. I didn't specify the starting, I didn't specify the ending. Then automatically what it is going to be takes it actually, guys. It is going to be completely, it is going to read this data in the reverse order, what we can see that actually. I didn't specify the starting and I didn't specify the ending. Automatically it starts from the last and it is going to be ends with the first. So depends on the positive negative index actually, guys. Like very easy we can go for that. Very easily we can go for. I want to read the first 5 elements. I told you actually, guys, 5 is to 5. I want to read the first 5 elements in the reverse order. X of 5 is to -1. See the trick actually, guys. Sorry, 4 we have to say that. Because I want to read the first 5 elements. So same element that is going to be reverse order actually, guys. The first 5 elements means this is a way which we have to see that. So first 5 elements. So colon 5. So start from the 0, end up, stop at 4. Now if you want to read it reverse order, it is going to be 4 is to -1. You ask it for start with the 4. The same example, if I write like this actually, guys, 4 is to 1, then it is going to take a forward step. Then it moves towards the right hand side, go up to the last. It is going to be go up to the last. If I write the same example in the reverse order -1, it is going to be reads in the reverse order actually, guys. Can you see the difference, guys? So it just comes with a kind of a basic understanding about them is where to start, where to end, and whatever the step you want to read it actually, guys. So simple technique actually. So X of accept the first element and accept the last element, remaining elements. I told you start with 1 and go up to the -1, and you have to take a step of 1 actually. So automatically what it will do is excluding the first and excluding the last, 20 to 90 will come. Same example, I want to come in reverse order actually, guys. Then what we have to do, start with -2, go up to 1. go up to 0. That means actually we have to go up to the 0 actually, guys. 0 is not included actually. A step of -1 we have to take it actually. So start from -2. -2 means start from here actually, guys. Because except the last we want to get, except the first we want. So simply -2 is to 0 actually. And we know the trick actually, guys. You know that particular trick actually. 1 is to -1. Start from the first index, go up to the last index, except the last index. Now, whenever it comes to the reverse order, this will become here now. But here it is going to become -2 because you want to start from -2 here now. And here it is going to be nothing but 1. So we have to stop before the 1. So it is, sorry, we have to stop at 1. So we have to go for 0 actually. So simply we have to understand the tricks, and we have to understand this kind of an application actually, guys. So that is basically how we are going to be working with this kind of an application actually. So 90, 80, 70, we can take a step of -1 + 1, -2 + 2. Anything you can take it actually, guys. Simple trick. X of is to -2. So -2 means automatically it starts from the last position and moves towards the first position by taking a step of -2. XA again, which is going to be is to -3, which is going to be nothing but 100 is to 70 is to 40 and the 10, taking a step of 3, what we can do that actually. So that is the way how we are going to be working with that, guys. So that is the concept behind basically the idea of how we are going to be working with this, right, guys? So that is going to be, looks to be very simple, but once you start working, a little bit confusion, but if you practice, it is going to become very easy. So we have to have a good practice on that, guys. Take some numbers and you can just play around that particular numbers. Just play around those particular numbers. This is going to be what the basic idea about a slicing. And as I'm saying that, don't think that slicing concept is over for today. You don't really require them. Later we require them. Later we require them actually, guys. While working with tuples will work, while working with arrays will work, while working with some other things also we are going to be working actually. So that's why to understand that basically we have to go through this kind of an applications actually, guys. Okay. Yes, in ML we have to use this actually, guys. In MLs, that means maybe you get a doubt. So in ML, where do you use it actually? Like for example, I'm talking about that. Don't worry. I'm going to be using a small, don't worry, just I'm telling about that applications. I'm just telling about the applications like import. I'm importing a module, a library called as pandas. We are going to use a pandas module. I'm going to be importing a small data set actually. So don't worry, I'm importing a data set actually, guys. C:\data/, my data set name is going to be, let us say, which is going to be credit.csv file. Just an example actually, guys. It's going to be a credit.csv. I'm going to be loading the data. It's having a lot of columns actually, the credit data set actually. So we have to get the credit data set. So this is going to be credit.columns. This is your columns actually. Sorry, just a minute. It is credit.shape. Have you got the data? Yeah. It is credit dot, it is spelling mistake, columns. These are the, actually, this is not that much comfortable because later we'll work with them. So this is going to be what we can do with an application actually, guys. You can see here, this is the data actually, checking balance, months loan duration, credit history, purpose. Now, just let us say that I want to get the last 3 columns, guys. Just an example. I want to get the last 3 columns. What are the last 3 columns? Telephone, foreign worker, job. Actually, we can write the names. For example, if I want to get the 4 columns, I want to get the last 4 columns. Let us say that I want to get the first 5 records. How do you do the first 5 records? Credit of, which is going to be is to 5. You are going to get the first 5 records actually, guys. You are going to get the first 5 records. For example, I want to get the first 5 records and I want to get the last 4 columns. Then what we are going to do actually, guys. So this is the way. Don't worry, we'll discuss it later actually. We use some kind of a methods like iloc of first 5 records, last 4 columns. How to get the last 4 columns now? Which is going to be -4 is 2. So you are going to get the last 4 columns, you are going to get it. Otherwise, you can write the column names, but you have to write the column names like dependents, telephone, foreign worker, job. Manually, we have to write the column. But instead of that one, the first 5 records I got and the last 4 columns I have got it actually. So whenever we want to work with some data analytics part or machine learning, so what data you are giving to the machine? So based on that, we have to decide this actually. Fine, Mahesh. And one more thing, guys, if anybody is posting any questions, please send it to everyone, guys, so that if that means if you see everyone means what I'm talking about them, the other people don't have any idea about them. That's why better option is going to be, guys, please try to send the question to everyone. There is an option called as an everyone in the meeting down, that while you are typing the chat panel, there will be an option will be there to everyone. So we can do it actually. Okay, fine, guys. Fine. Right, guys. So that everybody will have an idea what I'm talking about that. So can you see this? Now I want to select the columns. How do you select the columns? I want to select the rows. So I'm selecting the rows actually, guys. Colon, which is going to be step of 5. Colon, step of 5 actually, guys. Meaning that 1, 5, 10, like this. Sorry, not 1, not 5. 1, 6, 11, 16, like that. Sorry. 0, 5, 10. It starts with a 0 index, no? So 0 plus 5, which is 5, 10. Something like that, it is going to take the data actually, guys. 0, 2, which is going to be this one. I want to get the first 4 columns. So when you want to get the first 4 columns, we are going to be doing this actually, guys. First 4 columns, which is going to be is to 4 actually. The first 4 columns data will get it. We are getting 200 rows. Why getting 200 rows? Because it's total 1000 records are there. 1000 divided by, that means every, we know that no, for every 100, we are taking a step of 5 actually, guys. So which is going to be 1000 divided by which is going to be 5. So that's why we have got it actually. If I take a step of, for example, if I take a step of 100, so we know that it is going to be nothing but 10 records we are going to get it actually. We are going to get just a 10 records we are going to get it actually. So the first 10 records and the first 4 columns of data, what we are going to be getting like this. So that is a way how we are going to be gets working with this kind of an applications like this actually, guys. Okay. So that's an idea about them and which we can work with this kind of an applications, right, guys? So that's it, guys. This is going to be how we require them. Later we'll work with arrays and all these things. Compulsory we require them actually, guys. Now you can't identify what is the purpose of them, but really you are going to require it actually. Really we are going to require, specifically when you go to machine learning, deep learning applications. So don't worry, I'm going to show you one small example actually, guys. Why do you require them actually, guys? Just really if you want to understand them, really if you want to understand what is exactly the basic understanding about that, don't worry. A quite actually Jupyter notebook will be better, but here even I'm not having a Jupyter notebook, I'm going to be working with this actually, guys. So the concept is going to be nothing but I'm going to be importing another one actually, guys. It's a matplotlib. It's a matplotlib. Basically we use it for data visualization actually, guys. We use it for data visualizations. Matplotlib.pyplot as PLT, which is basically for data visualization. We are going to be using this, guys. Next one. Don't worry about them, guys. I'm reading one image. Just observe carefully. I'm reading one image actually, guys. I'm reading one image. Have a look at the image actually. What is the image I'm going to be reading here is d:/data/. No. Just a minute. I'll just check it out with the data. Let me check it out. plt.imread. No. Just a minute. Once. Let me check it out. D drive. Just a minute, guys. I'll just check it out. I have a drive. In the drive, we have a files will be there. D drive, data. No, think some data was missing. Just give me a minute once. I'll just check it out. Yeah, actually, there was a data was missing. There was a data was missing actually, guys. Let me just verify it, one small application. Just I want to make you understand why do you require them actually. So many people are having a doubt. Why do you require this particular kind of why do you require this kind of an applications actually? Actually, due to some reason, it has been got it has been got deleted. I think so. Just give me a minute. Let me check it out, guys. Let me check it out. What is that image? Yeah. So there is one small image actually, guys. Let me, don't worry. This is going to be, I'm reading the image actually, guys. I'm reading the image only. It is going to be image dot, which is going to be image dot, which is JPEG, image dot JPEG file. Don't worry about them, guys. I'm reading that image. Don't worry. It is going to be some kind of an pixels. So I'll just show you. Have a look at this one, guys. PLT dot, which is going to be IM show of pixels. And I'll say PLT dot, which is going to be show. Don't worry about that. This is the image actually, guys. This is an image. You can see the scale from 0 to, which is going to be somewhere around 280 something. Here it is from 0 to this one. It's nothing but the size, height. And this one you can find it off. It's not a big thing at all. PX dot, which is going to be the shape. If you see, it is containing 300 and 214 actually, guys. It is containing 300 and 214 actually. When I say, sorry, don't worry about that. What I'm doing that, don't worry about that. PLT dot show. So it is going to be 300, guys. It's the height is going to be 300 and the width is going to be nothing, but it is going to be 300, guys. You can see there. Almost all 299.3 on the right hand side corner bottom. If you can see, it is showing the coordinates actually. When you put a pointer, it's showing the coordinates actually, guys. Almost all 292.8, 294, 295. You can see this. It is going to be around 214 actually, guys. How can I came to know about that? I can see the shape 300, 214. Now I want to capture only this face. Only this face I want to capture it actually, guys. Easily we can do that. So from where to where you want to capture. So height wise 50 to 200 I'll capture. And the width wise, it is going to be 52. I'll capture up to 180 actually, guys. Hope you understood my trick actually. I want to capture only this face. So from where you have to capture 52, almost all 220, maybe somewhere around 220, 225. I'll do it actually, guys. And on the width wise, if you can see, it will capture from 40 to 180. Will do it actually, guys. So I'm going to be capturing the data actually, guys. How I'm going to be capturing, you can see. Same procedure, same whatever I have done the same way, but rows and columns actually. So what I said, 52, which is going to be 220. And here it is going to be from 42, which is going to be 180 actually, guys. This is going to be nothing but my pixels data actually. Now I'm going to show you that particular plt.im show. So what I did, you can observe carefully, guys. What I did is I am just slicing that particular image actually, guys. Say plt.show. Only it is going to show you only that particular face only I have been got captured. I captured only the face actually, guys. Original image, you know that. This is your original image. This is your original image actually, guys. So from that original image, from this original image, I have been captured this one actually, guys. Hope you can find the differences. This is your original image. From that original image, I have been captured this particular, this one. I done cropping actually, guys. But I didn't use any cropping tools. I'm done it manually. I done it manually, guys. So this is going to be I captured only the face location. Actually, still on the left hand side, still I can capture. So the ear is not visible here now. But exactly the height wise, you can see exactly it is fixing. Exactly it has been fitted. So exactly the height starting from the head and up to the chin, exactly we have been captured. The remaining picture I didn't capture actually. So have you done this? Now in machine learning, you should not give the entire image to the machine. I'll give only this face only to the machine because the machine has to study only from the face, not from what color of clothes he has been wearing, whether he was wearing a white color, whether it was a white color or whether it is a dark colors. It does not require. To identify what is the gender of the particular person, it has to learn only from the face actually. So in that case, I'll capture only the face location and I'll give it actually. Got the point, guys? So understood why I'm talking about the slicing actually. Why I'm talking about the slicing. So that is an importance. So how much importance is going to be there, guys? So slicing I have been got done actually. So starting from 50 up to 220 as a lengthwise, and which is from 42, which is 180 at the, which is going to be the depthwise. If we can see the widthwise, what we can see, that is going to be the data what we can see within applications. So that is going to be the idea about how we are going to be gets working with them, guys. That's it. That is basically the target behind them. Okay. So that is the purpose of the slicing concept. So hope you understood the trick, the way how I have been got done actually, guys. Right, Mahesh? That's just, it's an idea why I'm using that particular slicing. So later, whenever we work with all the data sets and all these things, we compulsory require this slicing concept. It's a basic, it's one of the basic requirement, guys. Basic requirement. So which columns I have to select, which rows you have to select. So unless and until the base idea was not there, we cannot understand that application actually. Okay. So two things we covered, guys. How to create a list we got, how to create a list we have been discussed. How to create a list we have been discussed, right? Fine. It is going to be creating a list. We created a list. Next. Second thing is how to slice and how to index we have been seen. Slicing and indexing we have been seen about them. It is going to be slicing and indexing what we have been seen about them, guys. Slicing and indexing what we have been got learned actually. Now one more technique, guys. It is going to be just a one more small technique. Nothing is there. As I told you, which is going to be nothing but what we can say here is, as I told you, it's a mutable object. It's a mutable data type actually, guys. Mutable means which we can modify, actually, guys. So it's very simple. You can modify the things very easily actually, guys. So let us say that there is going to be some X. This is going to be some X actually, guys. Modification is very easy, guys. Like you can update them. You can simply update the things actually, guys. Let us say that this is going to be my X actually. So I want to change my second element. You know how to get the second element, guys. X of 1. We'll get the second element. You know that it's a get method. We are getting the value. You want to change the value, guys. X of 1 is equivalent to, for example, I make it as 200, guys. You can get the value. You can set the value, guys. You can get and you can set the data actually, guys. X of 1 is equals to 200, guys. Once if you set X, you can see that in the place of the 1, you can see something called as in the place of 20, you can see 200. So slicing is not only to get the data, guys. You can modify the data. So last element is wrong. For example, last element is wrong. So what we have to do, X of minus 1, that value equals to, let us say minus 10. So the last value will be changes to 100. You are getting the data, slicing. I want to change these 3 elements, guys. 40, 50, 60, 3 elements I want to change it. How to change the elements? X of which is going to be 3:6. You know that, you'll get the data. Now you can say X of 3:6 is equals to, you can modify the data. Just I'm changing them, guys. Minus 40, it is minus 50, and it is minus 60. So 40, 50, 60 was modified to, it is minus 40, minus 50, and minus 60. It has been got modified actually, guys. So this is the data, what we can see that actually. So we can get the data as well as we can set the data. So that is the way how we can modify the things actually. Minus 40, minus 50, minus 60. So get the data as well as set the data. Get and set, 2 options what we can do it actually, guys. Now, so this is a simple manipulations. That means you are able to modify. You may get a question. Can I add an element to the list? Can I remove the, you're modifying. Modifying is very easy. But how can you add a new list? How can you add a new element? How can you remove the element from the list? Or I want to find out how many times 10 was there. I want to insert some 2 at the middle position somewhere. I want to remove the element from the -1 position, or I want to remove the 50 from that particular one, or I want to do some kind of a sorting. So how do you do it actually, guys? That is nothing but what I can call it as manipulations, index manipulations, sorry, list manipulations actually, guys. I want to do some kind of a manipulations actually, guys. I want to do some kind of a manipulations, what we want to do it actually, guys. What are these manipulations and how to do these manipulations? Further, a little bit idea about a little bit idea about what we can say is, guys, you have to know about a little bit concept about what we can say that it is an object oriented concept, guys. It is going to be nothing but an object oriented concept. We are going to require it actually, little bit object oriented. How do you do the manipulations on the list, guys? It is done with the help of methods. What is a method? What is a function? All these are going to be something relevant to a concept called as an object oriented style concept. It's a part of object oriented style actually, guys. We have to know a little bit object oriented. Based on that, we have to work with them actually. So little bit idea. It's not that you need to be an expert on them. It's a little bit idea about them, because actually sometimes I'm saying that it is an object. Correctly speaking, in Python, everything is an object only, guys. So for the timing, I'll tell you x dot, observe carefully, x dot. You can see some methods actually, guys. There are 11 methods are there. I can teach you how to use them, but why I'm saying x dot? Why I'm saying sometimes we are writing length of x. What is the difference between length of x and what is going to be the difference between what is x dot clears? Observe carefully. Or I can say x dot count of, for example, I want to count how many times 10 was there. X dot count of 10. What is this count of 10 will do is how many times the 10 exists in the x, it will count it. What is the length of the x, which is going to be nothing but how many elements are there, which is going to be nothing but we can get some kind of a 10 elements. What we can see this actually. This is going to be nothing but the 10 elements what we are going to be doing this actually. So that is going to be the idea behind this application actually, guys. So what is the difference between length and what is that particular, what we can see this. So this is going to be what we can do this actually, guys. Okay. So what is the difference? If you want to know that, we have to just understand what is going to be the count and what is meaning of a method and what is going to be meaning of a function actually. So if you want to understand that, so we have to understand that you have to understand a little bit concept about object oriented style. So before object oriented, so which is going to be nothing but before the object oriented, what we have to do is we have to understand what is procedural language, why we are going to be. So whenever it is a procedural language, before to object oriented style, guys, we have been having a object, the project, we are going to be having an object oriented. Before that, we are having procedural concepts actually, guys. It is going to be nothing but a procedural concepts, what we are going to talk about that. So what exactly that particular procedural, what exactly this object oriented. So it takes a little bit time actually, guys. So tomorrow we'll start with one class. Just one class is sufficient to make you understand what it is going to be, which is going to be, we can understand simply by using some example, theoretical example, guys. Practical, I don't do that. Theoretically, I'm going to take some around, tomorrow I'll take up to 7:30, I'll take it actually, because tomorrow's class I require it actually. So an object oriented, even 1.5 hour class is also not sufficient. Just 1 hour, 1.5 hour, 2 hours may be required. Maybe I'll try to complete of tomorrow. If it is not possible, 10-15 minutes on the day after tomorrow. Just not 2 days actually. Just a small idea about what is object oriented. Because some people have the idea about object oriented. Some people may not have the idea about the object oriented. So this is going to be, what we are going to be doing this actually, guys. Okay. So that is going to be basically the idea about that. So tomorrow I'll start with the object oriented style, guys. One class I'll tell you. After that, I'm going to make you explain what is going to be nothing but. So what is going to be nothing but, you can see what is a method and what is going to be what is a method, what is an attribute, what is a class. So all these things we are going to be studying about that. Once you have understand them, guys, you can just straightforward start implementing the Python. Till that concept, till you understand what is method, what is a function, a little bit confusion will be there. But once you understand that, you can just start working with the Python application. So you can learn any advanced concepts. Any advanced level concepts you can learn very easily actually, guys. Okay. So that's it for the today's class, guys. Actually, we have 15 minutes, but still, because I want to start with a new topic. So tomorrow I'll start with that particular new topic, guys. Okay. So just for today, I'll stop it here, guys. Anyone, guys, any questions? If you have any questions, guys. Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, sir.
Yeah. Hi.
Sir, just I want to know, actually, I just want a recorded lecture because I'm not receiving any recorded lecture on my drive.
Okay.
So
Okay.
may
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
how I will receive or recorded?
I'll check it out. Because I'll take the control. Actually, just give me 1 or 2 days of time. I think you, Shweta, I think you are, I think you, Shweta, I think you are from the reference of previous class student, right?
Yeah, Raghavendra.
Raghavendra. Okay, okay, okay.
Right. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'll check it out. Don't worry. I'll take a control of that. Actually, I have a control
okay.
because still the batch was not yet started. No, so I have not yet updated anything on that particular drive. So just give me a 1 or 2 days of time. Everything will be settled down.
Okay, so not an
Okay.
issue.
So
Okay.
just beginning classes only, no? So we'll do that actually.
Okay. And so timing is just 6 to 7:30.
6 to 7:30. 6 to 7:30.
Okay, okay. Not
Okay.
an issue, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Mahesh. Yeah, as I told you, no, guys, 1 or 2 days it will still take because some people has been still joined yesterday. Still, they have to they registered for the course. So we don't want to make some students to join. Some students are going to be. So let us once if the finalize maximum by this end of this week, we are going to stop the add-ons. So up to the end of this week only. Once the basics are started, we don't allow the students to join. So a couple of days will allow some new students to join if you already have an idea about Python, or they are going to do that actually. So if they're already having Python, or by going through the recording sessions, they can learn. So just give me another, that means already today is Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, just if you give another 3 more days, by this end of this week, I'll make everything the drive to be accessed and we'll be getting the Telegram group. Everything will be gets ready within 2 or 3 days. Okay. By the end of this week, everything will be settled down actually, guys. Right? Fine.
Yeah, hi sir.
Yeah, hi.
So means after this week we will start with the syllabus what they shared.
Yeah, already we have started the syllabus, but we are going a little bit slowly. So once these are all like kind of basics actually. So once if this week maximum, this week I'll complete off all the remaining, because tomorrow object oriented style, 2 days it will take it by the list. Once if I complete the list method, then you can start with already regular. Our syllabus was started, but still we are in the beginning concepts only. Main topics has been not yet started.
Yeah, actually I joined yesterday only. So,
okay.
So I think.
Do you have the idea about Python, basic Python idea?
No.
You don't have an idea. So how about the today's class?
Yeah, it's understandable for me.
Generally it's not that a big thing, but no worries. You will be, as I think already we have been, we already told you, you will be getting the recorded sessions. Once if you register for the course, you will get the recorded sessions. So by the end of this week, you can, if you get registered, so you can Saturday and Sunday, you can sit, you can, if you're working. So otherwise you have a fine day time. Otherwise, if you're really working, so Saturday and Sunday, you can take up some time and you can finish off the backup classes.
Yeah.
Nothing has been happened. Nothing main concepts has been happened.
Okay. I need some clarity, some personal doubts. So I want to talk to you.
Me. Okay.
Yeah.
You can do one thing. My backend team will get back to you. They will call you. Okay. So at that time, just inform them that you want to talk to me. I don't know whether you or the other person, because already today I have got a call saying that somebody wants to talk to me.
Yeah, actually,
but they try to connect.
Before 5, I called.
Okay. So after 5 o'clock, they called me. Actually, I was busy with some other work. So they tried to reach you, but I think the call was unable to connect actually. Maybe I think you may not be available, but they will connect to me. Just ask them. They will connect to me. Okay.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah.
Right, guys. Yes, we are having a TensorFlow. I don't know what is your name. Your name is going to be showing as a KG. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. We are going to be having a TensorFlow and PyTorch in our course curriculum. Whenever we go to the deep learning, we are going to be having. Yes, absolutely. Big data is also there. But big data is going to be an overview, guys, because we don't want to go in depth about them. So an overview of big data, and we are going to work with the Spark framework actually. We'll work with the Spark framework as part of the big data systems. Okay. Our main concepts is, yes, R is also there. Even our course is going to be also having the R is also going to be there actually, guys. Okay. I'll just show you once, if just to get some clarity, I'll just show you once the course, and even you can also get the access to that. That means you can also get the copy of that actually. So just give me a minute. It's a full stack data science course, just to get a glance of whatever the course curriculum is there. So this is going to be our course content actually, guys. So these are the main topics we are going to discussing actually, guys. R is there, as well as we are having a deep learning. As part of the deep learning, guys, we are going to be having which is going to be the options of working with the tensor flows, and we are going to be having the PyTorch actually. Okay, and coming to the big data systems, Hadoop and the Spark, this is going to be big data systems. There we are going to be, main concept is going to be on the Spark. We are going to be working with them actually, guys. Okay, fine, guys. Yeah, any more questions, guys? Anyone, any more? And I will update you guys. My backend team will going to share you that particular details. We'll give the course content also. I'll share
What
that.
about the statistics
And all these things as part of our, that means, see, while we are working with the basic analytics part, like for example, if I talk about while working with them, so there only we are going to be doing some kind of so like what kind of an analytics we are going to do that. So while we are doing the basic statistical analysis, so what are the analytics we have to require? So whatever the topic, that means whenever we are discussing a topic, if there is any maths or any stats involved here, basically we are going to study them. Like for example, you go to the machine learning actually. While we are going for machine learning, for example, while regression, so what is going to be residual, mean square residuals, what are mean square errors, what is going to be an R2 values, what is going to be conditional probability, what is meaning of joint probability, all these are the related to stats actually. So at that time we are going to work with them actually. Separately, we don't require any separate statistical class. Okay.
Okay.
Right, guys. So that's it for the today's class, guys. Yeah. Yes, I'm working in a company. Right, guys. So that is going to be basically what we are going to be working with them, guys. So just for today, I'll stop it here, guys. And tomorrow we are going to continue with the object-oriented style. So tomorrow, that means if you already have the idea about object-oriented, guys, tomorrow is an optional class for you. So it's better join them, because I will make you understand what is methods, what are attributes. Just like a refreshment also will be there. So tomorrow is a completely theoretical class, guys, completely related to object-oriented. You need not to become an expert in that, but at least if you have some idea, you can understand it actually, guys. Yes, guys, same link. Tomorrow, I think up to 5th, you will be having the same link. Up to the today's week, it will be the same link. From next week, the link will change actually, guys. Okay, fine. So thank you, guys. Thank you for today. And we'll meet tomorrow at the same time with the same link, guys. Thank you all of you for today, guys.